What's up, you guys? This is going to be your weekly guidance reading, and this will be for Tauruses, whether you guys are Sun, Moon, Risings, or Venus signs. These readings are general, so they're not subject to resonate with each and every one of you. Only take what resonates or what applies to you if it does. If not, it's not the reading for you. Alright, so let's tap into this reading and ask the Most High God to give us nothing but divine truth and divine clarity. So what is that to the collective of Tauruses that are meant to receive this message? What is the energy surrounding this week? What is the energy? Tauruses. Taurus. Okay. So, let's see. Got 16, number 5, and number 41, which is number 5 as well. So, okay, this is going to be, this has something to do about shifting in certain things that you, okay, so how do I explain this? I'm trying to formulate this in a way that's like understandable for most people, that it doesn't sound like crazy and all over the place. So the first thing that came to mind was War of the Worlds. War of the Worlds. I don't know if you guys ever seen that movie. I don't really remember it too much, but I heard that. That's what I'm hearing. War of the Worlds. This is what this looks like to me. So, and the lady with the blue dress, I'm just getting so many different messages from this. So for some reason, I'm getting that this is a change in reality and perception, like a major shift, like a tower moment type of energy, because this is number 16. In the tarot, these are oracle cards, but in the tarot, the tower card is number 16. So this reminds me of there's like a shift of consciousness, shift in certain things that you perceive as reality. And I feel like it's got so many different references that's coming to mind. Like I'm getting the Matrix, I'm getting War of the Worlds, I'm getting the Wizard of Oz, I'm getting so many different references. And there's a shift in consciousness. And also this has something to do with your vibrational level in regards to how you perceive things. Like I'm not trying to get like too far into like get too metaphysical or scientific and all of that, but this is what I'm picking up. And I feel what this blue dress represents is that this represents to the conversation that you have internally with yourself that dictates your reality. So there's a shift for those of you as well. This could be emotionally with this ocean water as well. There could be something significant with the ocean. If you guys live by the ocean, some of you guys may be going through like shifts emotionally. Like I said, it could be outwardly, like the shifts that are going on within you, you're going to see it outwardly. And this could be worldly, like it's monsoon season in some places, tsunamis, I don't know for sure, but this is just what I'm getting, like different weather, something with the weather, and it's affecting your body, it's affecting your emotions, it's affecting your conscious. And I feel like however you're perceiving your outer reality is how you're going to see things. So I just get like a major shift for Tauruses. So it's going to be different for each and every one of you because your perceptions are different. Your reality is different from the next Taurus. It's not all the same. The number 5 card, this is journey. So for some of you, this could be travel. Others of you, this could be that you're moving towards the next phase of your journey. Maybe you've already reached this tower moment. This change in your perception or consciousness, feeling connected to Mother Nature. Like when you're going through turmoil in your life, you may recognize certain things, catastrophic things taking place in the world or something like that. I'm just getting so many different things, but take what resonates. So, but I do see that there's an evolution that's taking place as well with you, yourself, your identity, how you see yourself, how you present yourself. I feel that this is making a decision to not wear any false masks. I feel like this is you seeing that evolution process of yourself in the past versus where you are now and the future you that you're creating currently, that there's certain things that you had to endure, you had to go through. Maybe you did some things that you were not proud of. Maybe you weren't so proud of the, you know, the person that you used to be. Maybe you feel like you were not being your authentic self, and so on and so forth. But I feel like there's this revelation that comes with identity as well. So just expect a lot of shifts. You have number 5 twice. Technically, number 41 is a 5, 4 plus 1. So expect a lot of changes and shifts, a lot of conclusions, and a lot of endings or completions in certain aspects of your life. And this could represent things in relation to your physical reality, your lower chakras, ego, that type of thing. So that's what I'm seeing. But let's go with the tarot and get a little further into this and see what we get. Eight of Cups, Knight of Cups, 6 of Wands, the Hermit, 3 of Pentacles, the Fool, 4 of Pentacles, Page of Wands, 2 of Pentacles, and the 4 of Cups. Okay. Okay, so you have 2 4s. So with the 8 of Cups, overall energy is evolving, moving up, leveling up, leaving certain energies behind. This is emotionally detaching, not being overly attached to other things and other people. You don't want to be attached to anything. Attached meaning codependent upon something. So this is just what I'm seeing. This is what I'm getting. So when it comes to emotionally, you could be detaching from something that you emotionally once were invested in, or someone with the Knight of Cups. I do see that this will be a victory for some of you, depending on how you handle the challenging circumstances that you're going through currently or in the past. Okay? Because there's a lot of love involved, or there's a lot of giving, a lot of sacrificing that may come from this, blindly giving without boundaries. And I feel like this has something to do with this Knight of Cups and this 8 of Cups together. That is the battle. With the Hermit card, you may have spent a lot of time contemplating, or just in this mode of just, this is like, the Hermit really is when you just don't want to deal with anything and anybody. You want to stay at home as much as you can. May want to sleep as much as you can. Maybe that's all you do is sleep. Sometimes it's like not even wanting to eat, or not even wanting to wash your, take a shower, or take a bath, or wash your face, or brush your teeth sometimes, shave, whatever. It's like, it's one of those periods, and this is the time where it's like almost like a dark period. It's almost like borderline depression, but this is the period where you're in that space where you're hibernating, and it's just you. It's just you. It's just you and the divine, you and the universe, whatever, God, whatever you want to call it. It's just you and your ancestors, or you're just in that space where you have nothing but you. And some of that is a preference. You do prefer, rather than, yeah, I could be with friends and family, or yeah, I gotta go to work, or yeah, I gotta go to school, I gotta take care of kids, but I'd rather be in my own cocoon right now. And I feel like this is where you're at. This is maybe where you've been. The 3 of Pentacles is that you're done. It could be that there's something that you may have been investing in, working very hard towards, and I feel like that aspect is done. It could also be for some of you, you might end up wanting to leave a job, or maybe you recently left a job, or you've been let go. Some of you guys may be in like the industrial industry or something like that. Could be construction, mechanics or something like that. I'm getting like hands-on work. Some of you guys may just be tired. Some of you just don't have it in you to put in a lot of energy and effort into things, period, whether this is work related or not. But moving forward, it's because there's a new beginning happening. So when you go through a spiritual transition, Sometimes you get to a place where certain things just don't work. You know, you don't want to deal with certain people anymore. You don't want to work at certain places anymore. You don't want to eat the same foods like you once did. And that's because you're coming into a new energy. You know, this is like the space of nothingness. So right now, this is the space of creation. Right now, you're in the space of any possibility, anything. Like right now, it's nothingness. It's just silence. It's just solitude. It's just, you know, and it's what you make of this reality, because it's really like you're at square one. You're at the very beginning. And this is where you have to have that faith when nothing is happening, nothing's going on. There's no excitement. There's not a lot of shifts and changes. Not a lot. Doesn't seem like a lot of opportunities are coming. There's no new jobs. There's no new relationships. No new friendships. You know, no fun little gadgets. Nothing excites you right now. You're just kind of just like in this space of just chilling. And this is where you need to be creating. This is where you need to be present within yourself and all that is. Because there's really no such thing of separation between past, present, and future. It all kind of goes together. Based off of where we stand, based off of where our reach is, our grasp, our focus is, rather. Because we can always relive the past mentally when we go back there, or emotionally when we put ourselves in that energy of where we once were. We can also be present in the moment and pay attention to where we are right now. We can also be present in the future by focusing on where it is that we're headed or where we wish to go. So with the Four of Pentacles, your presence right now is that you're focusing on what's here and now. For some of you, it could be, I'm not really getting that holding on to that miser energy, that closed off codependent. I'm not seeing this, but for some of you it could be penny pinching right now, because if you don't have a job, or you just lost a job, you just left a job, or you just not a lot of money's coming in right now, you could be in that space of the, like, you know. And for some it is that you are holding on to something emotionally, because it's right beneath the Knight of Cups, the Four of Pentacles. So it could be that you're still holding on to certain connections and things that just kind of don't serve you, and it's because there's an attachment to it for some. With the Page of Wands, the influence of this is that you need some sort of excitement. So sometimes we hang on and cling on to things because we feel like that's giving us something to live for, something to enjoy. So we'll put up with toxic relationships, or we'll stay in friendships and bonds because, you know, as long as there's in drama and they're gossiping, you know, it's giving me something to do, or you're distracted by something. It's kind of like this little kid that has to have something to do. They have to always be distracted. And I get that this is coming from the lowest aspects of the ego. It's also, for some it may not be that. For some of you, the energy that's influencing you is wanting some excitement, period. It's wanting to get into something new. It's wanting to be playful, you know, just wanting to start playing the game of life. Maybe you feel like you're not doing anything, you're not a part of reality or life. You feel like you're just like a lump on the log somewhere in the corner. With the Two of Pentacles, I feel like your fear is that this transitional period, or maybe you feel like you're in a state of limbo or imbalance, that you're never going to find stability or balance. You feel like this is unstable. With it being right under the Hermit card, it's like, this is not unstable, or this is not stable. I shouldn't be not eating. I shouldn't be not wanting to go to work. I shouldn't be not wanting to be around anybody. I shouldn't be staying up late at night and sleeping all day. I shouldn't be having insomnia or whatever it is, whatever. I shouldn't be not wanting to take a shower. Like, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes it is what it is. Like, I'll be straight up with you. In hermit modes, I don't want to do things sometimes. I have to push myself to do something. Like, okay, I know I gotta get up. I know I gotta brush my teeth. I know I gotta take a shower. I know that I gotta get my daughter up for school. I know I have to work. But there's this time where you just like, just want to be, and you just don't want to do anything. You just want to be in solitude and in silence. And sometimes that depressive energy kicks in, and you just like want to stay in the world and hide. And I feel like that's where some of you are. And it could be due to certain things that are happening in the world. But with the Four of Cups, conclusion of all of this is that you may not be focused on it's not so much, you might be focusing on what everybody else is doing or what you think you should be doing, rather than focusing on what Spirit's presenting to you right now. And whatever that is for you, it's different. It's something of, it's spiritual, it's emotional, it's it could be so many different things, insights, it could be healing. But we have to be receptive to what is presently going on with us, and not look outside of ourselves, and stop comparing ourselves, and stop judging ourselves, and be compassionate with ourselves. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at the love energy. And I'm gonna use my try not to get my boobies in the camera, so I'm not trying to be rude. Okay, so I'm going to do the relationship oracle cards as the overall energy of what might be taking place. Unforgiveness, awakening, ego death, transformation, May, unity and harmony with lucid or daydreams, lucid dreaming, and fantasy. And I'm going to clarify with the tarot just to get a little more in depth. If you guys are interested in this deck, this is available on my website. I have a few other decks that I have available. I have a tarot deck and 2 other oracle decks that I have, if you guys are interested. So let's clarify this. So May specifically could be those Tauruses that are born in May. Obviously, if you are a moon sign, Taurus, or ascendant, or Venus sign, that may not apply to you. But if you are a sun sign Taurus born in May, this may resonate with you even more. But let's see. Okay. So the Two of Swords with unforgiveness is that you're kind of borderline, like, you might have to make a decision with the Knight of Swords, Ace of Swords here, it's Seven of Swords. You got a lot of thought, a lot of things going on mentally. You may be questioning, should you forgive or forget someone? If it be that maybe someone did you wrong, okay? Maybe someone did you wrong and you're trying to discern whether how to handle it one way or handle it in another way. Should I just, you know, keep pushing, keep it moving? Is this integrity, or is this me being a pushover with the Queen of Cups? It could be that for some of you, unless you're dealing with a water sign person, or a lot of you could be dealing with air sign people, Libras and Aquarius energy specifically. Unless these are things in your own chart, this can resonate even more. But I just get that some of you guys are, you know, in limbo whether or not you should forgive someone or just simply let it go. And it could be in relations to a Libra moon, someone with a Libra moon, Aquarius moon for some. And then with awakening, ego death, and transformation, this is a part of your process that you're going through. Whatever this is that you're struggling with in love, this is a part of your awakening process. This is a part of the aspect, includes the ego death and the transformation of self with the Knight of Swords. Whatever decision that you are contemplating and making, the Aquarius energy may represent it could represent information or studying something, or needing to go within and just look at all of the aspects of the situation, really analyze this on a deep level. With the Queen of Cups in May, like I said, for some of you, could be dealing with a water sign that's a feminine water sign, or this could be someone that plays a key role in this. I do feel that for some of you, this is not all romantic. This could be platonic connections as well, friends and family and things like that. But I do get that some of you may feel like you're too forgiving and too nurturing and too welcoming, and that is what your focus is. And I feel like Spirit is telling you that whatever your true nature is, as long as you have some sort of stability with it, and you're not boundless, and you're just too giving and too loving to the point where you stop honoring yourself. It's not saying to demonize your character of being a loving person, but it's saying to make sure that you have some boundaries. With the Ace of Swords, unity and harmony, I feel like Spirit is telling you to focus on the things and the people that you do mesh well with, friends, family, you know, if it's love interest or if it's that you're single, focus on harmony rather than the lack and the disharmony. Focusing on the sense that you don't have someone, or focusing on all the negative points in your relationships and things like that. But I do feel like Spirit is going to give you some sort of insight about the connections, whether they're disharmonious or not, and what you may need to do on your own decision, your own free will, because you guys are all different. Your love situations are different, how to handle it. Then with the Seven of Swords, daydreams, lucid dreaming, and fantasy, you may come to find that there's certain things that you may have not been seeing truly for what they were. And you also, with the Two of Swords, have to keep in mind that she's blindfolded. So she's really not seeing things for what it is. Maybe you refuse to see that someone does not deserve so much of what you've been given. And it could be that you need to forgive yourself and move on. You know, take it, chuck it up as, okay, it's an experience. It's not necessarily a loss. It's just an experience. It is what it is. Keep it moving. For some, it's like, you refuse to forgive someone. Maybe that spirit is telling you should forgive so that you could free yourself, that you could free your heart. A lot of swords in a love reading to me is never good. It's an energy of feeling bound, an energy of some sort of discord, or it could also be attachments, negative or energetic cords and attachments that need to be released. And I feel with the Seven of Swords, you may have been dealing with someone who was not trustworthy, someone who was sneaky, someone that I feel like comes in and out of your life, or maybe this was something that maybe you did. But it's like, maybe you just leave the doors open for people to just come in and abuse you, and this is where you draw the line, and you make that decision, and you take whatever information that you have and what's at your disposal and given to you, regardless of what somebody else is saying. You got to trust yourself. And that's really what I'm saying. But let's pull an advice card from the Romance Angels. You guys could be dealing with air signs because you got a lot of air energy in your chart. For some of you, it could be a water sign. Let's see advice this week in relation to love. The Taurus. Chemistry. There is a magnetic attraction here. So it's the advice for you is that be very careful of the energy that you put out if you're single, the type of people that you're attracting. If it's that you're in a current situation with someone, be mindful of the energy that is coming in. And I get that there's people in your life that you need to pay attention to, not for negative reasons, but just be mindful, just be aware of energy right now, and why certain things or people come into our lives. What are we vibrating from? Or what is it that this person really authentically brings to the table? What is it that I bring to the table? What type of energy do they operate from? What are their intentions? How do they treat others? How do they treat themselves? You know, it's giving you all these different things to think about. Okay, so some of you guys may not be trusting someone right now with the Seven of Swords. You may just feel like you need a little more information. Pay attention to what you feel, the vibes and the energy of a situation or a person. That is always something that you need to be mindful of and pay attention to. So much love as always, y'all. If you guys are interested in a personal reading, check out my website. That will be in the description box below. To set up a booking date or time, if a time is needed, email me directly. I'm not available on the weekends for personal readings unless it's an emergency reading. Emails and things like that will be handled during business days, Monday through Friday. So much love as always. I appreciate y'all. Feel free to like, subscribe, share this video, this channel, and I will see you guys next week or into the next reading. Peace.